It's a very snowy day here in New York, so let's read some Karen Read documents that were filed on December 19th. This is a proposed stipulation for a protective order for the documents that are going to be released pursuant to the subpoena from the Norfolk County DA's office. Now, that might sound a little confusing because obviously, there shouldn't be anything that we haven't seen already, right? Because there was a trial, and assumingly the Norfolk County DA's office has already given everything. But what's important to remember is that the Norfolk County DA's office is in possession of the Proctor text messages. So I'm assuming the big boo-hoo about this is going to be because Norfolk County DA's office has the Proctor text messages, and that's a big part of the civil suit. So, or will be a big part of the civil suit. So this is part one for the motion that they filed explaining it, and then I'll make a part two with the proposed stipulations because there's a lot. So I want to make sure I get to all of them. All right, so here's the motion. I'm going to make myself very tiny for this, but it's a joint motion to enter protective order regarding Norfolk DA's office production of documents pursuant to a subpoena. Now, if you remember at the last court appearance, there was a little bit of a discussion. Well, not a discussion because the court date didn't happen. It was adjourned, but there was a mention in the judge's order about the subpoena to the Norfolk County DA's office, okay, in compliance with that. So it says all parties respectfully request that the court enter this stip and proposed order attaches Exhibit 1, which I'll show in Part 2. This order would apply to documents produced by the NDAO pursuant to subpoenas in this case. As of the date of filing, both the plaintiffs and the defendant, Karen Read, which means the O'Keefes, and all the defendants have served subpoenas on them, and the NDAO has requested the restrictions contained in Exhibit 1 prior to producing certain documents. All parties and the NDAO have agreed to and executed the attached proposed order. And if you look at the signature page or the by page, it has Karen Read and all of her attorneys, and the plaintiffs and all of their attorneys have submitted this to the court as a joint application together. So remember, the judge will have to eventually sign off on the stipulation agreeing to the protective order, but there's obviously some things in there that we haven't seen before, and they want to make sure that we as the public don't see them until this case goes to trial. So assumingly we're talking Proctor's text messages, but go to Part 2 if you want to see the stipulations that the Norfolk County DA's office is suggesting and Karen Read and her attorneys are agreeing to in order to expedite this case and make it go faster and get the documents in Karen's hands. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments.